believe that the season of the altcoins is upon us, brethren. These coins are going absolutely crazy. For all the people doubting the cryptocurrency market, calling you a scammer because you buy these coins, I have a pro tip for you, okay? Don't say anything at all. Just show them this. Just show them the 30-day percentages on these coins. Where else in the world? I want to know. Where else in the world? What other financial asset class gives you these types of returns? Obviously, something is happening right now before your eyes. Altcoins are the most lucrative asset class on the face of the planet, and obviously they have their risks. So our goal is to do research, as much research as we possibly can. In this video, I'm going to be giving you guys predictions on the altcoin season, when it's exactly going to happen, because believe it or not, even though we have these massive gains, I do not believe we haven't even officially started the mayhem. It hasn't started yet. The world is changing around us, a new frontier, a new world to discover. Cryptocurrency is here to stay. And I don't care what people are saying. I'm obviously hype. And by the way, happy holidays. And for the people that have been here for a while, you guys know I sold my crypto. Don't burn me at the stake, okay? Don't burn me. We all have different lifestyles and different opportunities. I trade other people's money for a living. I own a hedge fund. It's a little bit different. I have to be significantly more conservative. Now, for my personal funds, I'm going full degen trading. I'm buying all the altcoins and I'm extremely bullish. But please make your own decisions. This video is for research purposes only, and I'm gonna lay out a very, very detailed plan for this upcoming altcoin season, when I'm going to buy back in. All the details will be laid out in this video. And without further ado, look at that view, by the way. I love this view. I love this view. It's my favorite part of the office. Without further ado, let's jump into the screen. Let's jump into the research. Oh, and really quickly, obviously it's Black Friday. I have a discount on my groups up to 50% off. The link will be in the pinned comment below. Take advantage of the discount. And not only that, but I am officially announcing that I am closing all of the doors of my groups. After this holiday special, you will not be able to purchase coin picks anymore. Now, I'm going to reopen it in the future, but I'm going to reopen it as a new product coming soon. So if you want to know all the behind the scenes things that I'm doing in the background before the new product launch, I highly suggest, and when I mean highly, I highly suggest you take advantage of this Black Friday discount, because when I mean I'm closing the doors, you guys will not be able to purchase it. But you'll get videos on YouTube and stuff, of course. All right, let's jump into the actual screen. Please listen to what I'm saying. If you don't take this altcoin season seriously, I can't help you. I can't help you. You must educate yourself as quickly, as aggressively as possible. We are like weeks, months away from this altcoin cycle. So I hope you guys have been educating yourself, taking it serious, doing your due diligence, doing your research, doing the right thing and treating it like a professional. I really hope. And if you haven't, it's time to wake up. Because as you can see from this chart right here, there's a good chance that we've already started the altcoin cycle. This is the Bitcoin halving. And as you can see, it took 161 days for the altcoin cycle to start. Here it took 231. We're at 196. And this looks like a bottom, right? As you can see right there in front of your face. This looks like a bottom. So I'm going to explore both sides of the argument to see the exact timing. Now, obviously, this is just research, but I'm going to go into more detail. Now, the first point I want to make is very clear. Right now, there's a massive narrative that's being built up around regulation. So as you can see here, CZ is commenting on meme coins, saying that it's a little weird. And this is all built off of this recent news of Pump.Fund. There was basically a kid that exit scammed people for like $30,000 on the live stream at Pump.Fund, because you could live stream on, this website. And essentially it sparked a huge debate within the cryptocurrency community of people basically like, what's up with regulation on these scam meme coins, right? And we see it all over, right? We're seeing basically this narrative. Look, XRP is skyrocketing over U.S. regulatory optimism, right? It's all about regulation right now. As you can see right here, another SEC commissioner
is following Gary Gensler out the door, right? So we see that regulation is an extremely hot topic. Now, the reason why this is so important is because the last altcoin season started because of regulation. As you can see from this chart here, this is the Bitcoin dominance chart. Now, a lot of people have been watching this chart because it kind of shows when altcoin season is going to happen. For example, when this goes down, this means that Bitcoin dominance is dropping in the market. Bitcoin is losing dominance over the market, and it's flowing into altcoins in most cases. So look at the official start. Literally a couple days after the top, we have on January 4th, 2021. Now, I want you to remember January, right? The U.S. Office of the Comptroller issued guidance allowing banks to use stablecoins for payments, making a critical step for DeFi's integration into the traditional financial system. This is not a coincidence. This started the altcoin cycle last cycle. This is in 2021. This started it. Look at the Bitcoin dominance dropping. So right now, we have a big story coming in about what? Regulation. This is a regulatory action. Pay attention because everything moves by stories. Now, I think it's worth noting how serious narratives are. People underestimate them. It's pretty much everything in cryptocurrency. Think about it. These are like coins that go viral. That's essentially the gist in crypto if you've been in it. It's not really about utility. Obviously, utility is important. But the most important thing is how viral a coin can go for price increase. Now, there's a study that I think everybody should be looking into, which is called narrative economics. And narrative economics, what they do, they take the virality of diseases and they compare it to the virality of a narrative or a story. And they use this model here. The same SIR model can, of course, be used to describe the word-of-mouth transmission of an idea. So they're essentially using this model to predict the virality of a story, and they're just very similar. The way a story goes viral is very similar to how a contagion goes viral. And I see the story building up, just like every, viral contagion like COVID or whatever the case is. There's a starting point and then it spreads, right? I see the story building up when it comes to understanding the regulatory environment. And see, what people don't understand is that Trump is going into office at the end of January. Donald Trump is about to clear the regulatory landscape for crypto. He's already doing it right now, and he's not even officially president yet. He's literally already making moves to clear the way for cryptocurrency adoption. As you guys should know by now, President Trump pledged to remove the SEC chair Gary Gensler on his first day in office. And then this guy resigns. What you have to understand is that Gary Gensler is the chairman of the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, and their whole purpose is a federal agency responsible for enforcing securities laws. Gary Gensler has been against crypto for a very long time. He has essentially waged war against cryptocurrency, and he voluntarily resigned. When I mean regulatory clarity is coming into play for crypto, I mean it's already happening. This story is about to get crazy. And let me remind you one more time that the last altcoin season, this is Bitcoin dominance, this last altcoin season officially started with what? Regulation. This is so important. It's coming. What we've been waiting for so long is happening right in front of your eyes. So for my research, the first big point I'm making is that Trump is coming into office at the end of January. So at the end of January, something's going to happen. He's going to start putting in some rules to help cryptocurrency adoption. And this is single-handedly the biggest viral story for the adoption of all these altcoins. And Trump is going to make that happen. Now, what about the timing? So when is it going to happen? Are people already anticipating these things? Let's look into more data. Now, if you've been watching my videos, you guys know I've been predicting January for a very long time now. I've said it for months. I've been talking about how I think January, we're going to have an altcoin season cycle. And I've used so many predictive models to show you guys that. I'm not going to redo that again. You could look into it for yourself and you could, research that for yourself. But what I want to look at is the price action on Bitcoin, which has been amazing, right? It's been phenomenal. We came up here to almost 100K BTC. Now, this is what you have to understand. 100K BTC is probably the most significant psychological level in the history of all Bitcoin's price. 100K BTC has been talked about since 2017. People have been waiting for the 100K BTC for so long. So if you've been watching me on Instagram and my short reels, you've been seeing that I've told people, hey, we're going to reject off 100K BTC, right? As you can see right here, we rejected off 100K BTC. Now the question is, how low do we go? Are we going to spring back up and keep going, or are we going to keep going low? And you'll understand why this is important, because when Bitcoin goes into a bull market and it moves, everything else moves with it. People don't understand this, but when it comes to the altcoin cycle, we don't need Bitcoin's price to drop for us to enter an altcoin cycle. Usually what happens is we have Bitcoin's price increasing about halfway through the Bitcoin bull market. That's when altcoins start taking off as well. Let me show you. So at the top here, this is Bitcoin dominance. At the bottom here, this is Bitcoin's price. Look what I'm saying, right? Right here, this is Bitcoin's top. Look at where altcoin season started. Look at my mouse cursor. Altcoin season started halfway through Bitcoin's run. Bitcoin was running. Altcoin season started here. Then it kept running. So Bitcoin's price will increase when altcoin season starts. But basically right here, Bitcoin's price was increasing exponentially. Altcoin season started. So and I think the same thing is going to happen this time around. So the question is, when is Bitcoin going to break that 100K level? Because I think that could be the catalyst for the altcoin season to start, right? Bitcoin breaks that psychological level. It's going to bring so many people in. They're going to be like, what the heck? Bitcoin's $100,000 per coin, and they're going to freak out. It's going to bring a lot more people in. I think that's going to be the catalyst to start the altcoin cycle. So let's look at this logically and straightforward. This is Bitcoin's price. As you can see right here, we have resistance at the 100K level. Resistance. Guys, and when I mean resistance, I mean probably the most resistance we'll ever experience in Bitcoin's history. This is a psychological number. The only other number that's probably as significant as this is $1 million Bitcoin. $1 million per Bitcoin, and that's far from now. So this right here, I'm telling you, it's going to be a fight. If the last all-time high was such a fight, look at this fight. We tried, we kept falling, and then eventually broke through. This was a fight, and look at how long this fight lasted, 182 days. I do not believe we're just going to break through 100K BTC and keep going. It's highly unlikely, and I've been talking about January for a reason. We have time. So what I did is this bull cycle, I looked at all the periods of time where we consolidated or dropped in price, and I took the average, right? So as you can see right here, we have a big spike up, kind of similar to what we have here, big spike up. It's consistent. Big spike up, then we have a sideways consolidation. That was 42 days. Big spike up, sideways consolidation, 63 days. This is like a sideways, you can combine these if you want, but this had a little spike here, then we fell, 77 days. Big spike up, 49 days, sideways consolidation. Same thing here, 182. So I averaged it out, and as you can see right here, it's saying about 84 to 86 days. It was 86.2 days was the exact average of these sideways consolidations. So we had our big run up, rejected off the biggest psychological level like in Bitcoin's history, right? And this has been consistent in the bull run. Like we always have these either sideways consolidations. It can either go like this, it can go like this, or it can break down and come here, retest its recent all-time high, right? And the important part about that is it's just normal technical analysis, guys. This is normal TA 101. Previous resistance must turn into support. This will turn into support and then break off. The more it does that, the stronger the price structure is. Look at how fragile this price structure is. It's so fragile. It's literally like 3 bars up. 3 weeks up, we bring it to 100K BTC. We need to build more price structure. So what I believe is going to happen is we're going to have sideways consolidation, small down all the way to this point here, then it blast off. And guess where this date brings us? 84 days brings us what? To the beginning of February. So again, another like very close to January lineup. I'm thinking that I'm going to get back into the market in the beginning of January. I think we're going to fall down. A lot of coins are going to bleed. And to the beginning of January, I'm going to start buying back in. Now, what prices am I going to buy back in? I've already talked to myself. I used the martingale strategy. I've already done the research. And I think I'm going to be buying back into altcoins, not Bitcoin, around this price level. And then another one around here, which was previous all-time high. This should turn into support and blast off. And if I'm wrong and it keeps going down, I'll probably buy back in right here. Now, I use the martingale strategy, not DCA. This is a completely new strategy. We're not going to talk about it in this video. I talk about it in my course in extreme detail, but basically the gist is I put my first position. If I'm wrong, I double it. If I'm wrong, I double it. And that makes significantly more money than a dollar cost average strategy that most people use. So long story short, when it comes to technical analysis, just very simple technical analysis, it's lining up for January, February, which is what I'm talking about. And the second point I was trying to make here is that when it comes to an altcoin season, I believe we need Bitcoin to break 100K. Once Bitcoin breaks 100K, that's going to officially send us into the official full-on altcoin season. Everything's going to ride up, and that will be the catalyst. All right, so now here's a perspective of the altcoin season already starting, right? So this chart right here is others dominance. So this is basically every altcoin excluding the top 10 by market cap size. So it's basically taking out the big altcoins, excluding them, and we're only looking at every other altcoin. Now, the significance of that is that it's basically every other altcoin, meaning this shows the high risk environment in the cryptocurrency market. Then we divide it by Bitcoin dominance. So when this chart goes up, it shows that high risk altcoins are doing better than Bitcoin dominance. It's doing better than Bitcoin. When this chart goes down, that means that Bitcoin dominance is doing better than the high risk coins. Now, what I did is I looked at the Bitcoin halving events, Bitcoin halving here, Bitcoin halving here, Bitcoin halving here. And I simply took the time horizon from the Bitcoin halving to the bottom. This was like the official altcoin season start. So this is altcoin season starting right here. This is like after the Bitcoin halving, we went on an upward trend and it never reversed. Look at how parabolic this was. Look how good altcoins did in comparison to Bitcoin dominance around this time period, right? Same thing here. After the Bitcoin halving, it like officially started here. This is the altcoin season because again, this is others, right? And when you see a division like this for any asset class, ETH, USD, Bitcoin, USD, when you see it divided like that, that means the first thing in this equation, the first variable, right? If it goes up, that's what it's talking about. So when you see ETH, USD, when it goes up, it's talking about Ethereum gaining value against USD, right? So hopefully you understand that. Long story short, this is showing altcoins, others dominance, right? Every other altcoin but the top 10 versus Bitcoin dominance. This means this is showing altcoin cycles, right? Pay attention. So all I did was kind of take the average, not a perfect average. I didn't even try to average it because it looks like we kind of already bottomed, right? So like that first time we had 161, the second time we had 231, and now we have 196. It seems about accurate. It seems consistent. Can we keep going up like this? Yes, we can. This is the other side of the equation. We could have already started an altcoin cycle. Now, don't get fearful. Don't start getting FOMO. Why? Everything works momentum based. What does that mean? If we come over here, and you're going to have to just take my word for it. You can go look into it for yourself if you want. You can look at the histories of cryptos. Typically around this time period, when we have that reversal, altcoins do well, but it's not like crazy. It's just really good, but not compared to like here. This is when all mayhem breaks loose. This is like everything. So in trading, you never want to catch the exact bottom. You want to get that confirmation and then get in like right around here. Because if you're trying to catch a falling knife, the chances of you being wrong are high. So where we're at now, if you get in, you're probably going to try to catch a falling knife. Because like I said, January, right? So we could have a situation where we go like this and then come back down a little bit more and then pop off in January, right? Or the other scenarios, this was the bottom. We continue to go up. That's fine. We get it in January. So that's kind of like my official buyback strategy, guys. So I'm definitely jumping in before the end of the year because Trump is about to, clear the regulatory environment. People don't understand how important regulation is. I'd say regulation is probably one of the most important variables in all of cryptocurrency. Just think about it. If you created a crypto project right now, you invested millions of dollars, 10 million, you invested your whole life. You have a team of developers, right? And you're trying to figure out what direction your project should go. Should it go in this direction or that direction? If you go this way, it's not regulated. You don't know if what you're doing is illegal. Think about how unstable that makes people's decision, right? I can't go that way. I can't innovate on my project that way because I don't know if Gary Gensler is going to come and sue me. And this has happened to cryptocurrencies in the past. So it forces cryptocurrency in a direction where there was regulatory clarity based off of previous lawsuits. And this is why lawsuits are important, because once the judge makes an official decision, then all the coins kind of know, okay, well, we know we can go that way because they won the lawsuit, right? Super important to understand. So regulation, when it's clear, it gives these coins an opportunity to actually build and dump a lot of money in. This will bring new investors that have a lot more liquidity than the investors currently in cryptocurrency. And it essentially allows innovation to flourish. It allows everybody to build freely at will without, getting sued and without getting stopped. And it's just what we need in cryptocurrency right now. We need regulatory clarity so that we can flourish and build. And I believe this is what Trump is doing. And again, he's coming into office at the end of January. Please put together what I'm saying. Don't make official investment decisions off of people on the internet. Just common sense, connect the dots. Common sense, just put it together. It looks like everything's aligning for January, guys. So just to wrap it up for you, very simple. I believe we're going to reject off 100K BTC. I mean, we're already rejected off of it, but we're going to continue a little bit down and sideways. I'm going to use the martingale strategy to enter back into my altcoin positions. Remember, when it comes to looking at the market, I use Bitcoin as the kind of like my technical analysis to understand the market direction. And then I enter in on altcoins. The reason why I don't do technical analysis on altcoins is because the liquidity is too small. It's so small, it's not even worth even looking at the chart, to be honest. It sounds crazy, but it's true. If you trust me, I've talked to a lot of smarter people than me. They agree with this point. So when it comes to the direction, look at Bitcoin. And it looks like Bitcoin is going to reject off of the psychological level of 100K BTC for some time. It could take about 82, 86 days. Around that time period, I believe if Trump goes into office, he's going to give us regulatory clarity, which is like the biggest story in cryptocurrency right now. There is no second comparison. It's the biggest variable. Once we get clarity, these projects are going to go ballistic. They're going to invest money, new investors. They're going to build out of their mind. And around that time, I believe we're going to break through 100K BTC specifically, which will ignite and start the official altcoin season. And at that time, I would be positioned in some of my favorite altcoins, which we've been doing fundamental analysis on. And that's pretty much my official buyback strategy. And I'm going to be researching altcoins like I've never done before. This is part of the reason why I closed the doors to my CoinPix products. I don't want to accept new members after this holiday season because I just need to focus, man. I don't want to, go into anything new. I just want to focus at the task at hand, which is researching as many altcoins as I possibly can, developing the greatest list ever of like the best fundamentally sound altcoins to buy back into and just take it extremely serious on a level I never have before. Because when the altcoin season comes, it's going to be all mayhem. It's going to be crazy. It's going to be uncontrollable. I'm not going to be able to do things like this. It's going to be so distracting. These coins are going to be going up like 50% daily, 70% daily. Some coins will even go up like a couple 100% in a day. There's no way you can get deep work done in that period. So my goal is to create this product while we have like this calmness. This is like the calm before the storm, right? Create the product, finalize my research strategy that I've been developing for like the past 8 years. And, we have different versions of it. But during the bear market, that really allowed me to solidify my strategy and come up with something like rock solid. And I just keep getting better and better. But I really believe that once the bull market hits, I'm not going to be able to refine my strategy as much. It's going to be very difficult. It's going to be more like just buying altcoins and, fundamental analysis and things of that nature and just applying the strategy. Right now, you build the strategy. When it comes, you apply the strategy. So I have to focus. I have to lock in. I highly suggest you guys take advantage. And if not, don't worry about it. I will reopen the group. I don't know when, but I will reopen the group soon. I just have to close the doors for now. Go down below, click the link. Take advantage. It's up to 50% off for holiday season. And then after holiday season, I'm closing the doors. Thank you guys for watching this video. I really appreciate you guys for being a part of my community. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes, but there's one thing you guys know. I will always give you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth of what I do. I'm uncompromised. I don't do paid sponsorships. You know that. A coin cannot pay me to promote it on the internet. You guys know that. That's the original thing since the beginning. I make mistakes. I tell you the truth. I get better just like you. Not everybody's perfect. If you think I'm perfect, you're watching the wrong channel. The people that act like they're perfect, they're not perfect. It's impossible. So I will continue to make these videos and reveal the truth and get better over time, because that's the purpose of this entire market, to get better and achieve financial independence. If you like the quality of this content, hit like. If you don't, leave some constructive criticism. Subscribe for more video updates. And like I always say, if you don't get with it, you will get left behind. And this was the original premise of my YouTube videos. I don't know if you guys knew this, but I started my YouTube channel when I was broke. People are like, Alex, you know, you have this flashy lifestyle. You're doing all these great things. You made millions off in crypto. Go look at my first videos. I was broke. I was completely broke. And I still recorded, and I didn't care what people thought. Through my entire entrepreneurship journey, I have updated you guys since the beginning. And I will continue to do that with honesty and integrity. Thank you guys for watching this video. Talk to you guys later. Peace out.